Hello and welcome back to another episode of Father and Sundays. This is episode 16.
16.
16.
Who'd have thought we'd have made it to 16?
Especially after that last week's episode. Anyway, this time we're talking about games, so stick around if you want to hear more. We're back for another week, Dad. Number 16.
Number 16, yeah, significant that is.
Yeah, I mean, after last week's episode, I'm actually surprised we're doing another one.
Yes, yes, absolutely. It was difficult, wasn't it? It was difficult to listen to as well, quite upsetting in some parts, you know.
Yeah, it's emotional.
It was emotional.
Although,
talking about emotions, something that struck me was that Mrs. Dawson didn't seem very emotional about having a baby.
This isn't her first child.
No. She said, if anything, she just seemed like she wasn't bothered.
No,
She was bored with it all.
Yeah, I think she just couldn't be bothered to sing.
No.
Anyway.
Yes.
How are you doing this week, though, Dad? How's your day been? Let's just have a quick catch up.
It's not been the best of days. You know, it's been very rainy today, and obviously I have an outdoor job, so I got very saturated. But
what do you have for breakfast?
What did I have for breakfast?
Yeah.
Some sort of wheat-based, square, lattice-like cereal product. I don't think we can say things on here, can we?
Well, we can't say shreddies.
Well, they're not shreddies. They're
or
fake shreddies.
Wheat.
Yeah, they're fake shreddies.
Aldi.
Yeah,
Brand,
exactly. Yeah. When did we start asking each other what we had for breakfast?
I don't know. I just wanted to share what I had for breakfast.
Oh, sorry. What did you have for breakfast today, Connor?
Today, I woke up and I had 10 chocolate M&Ms.
Oh. Oh, right. I wouldn't have guessed that.
And then after around lunchtime, I cooked myself some pancakes and sausage, McDonald's style.
Lovely. All right. Well, that's again a lovely insight into your daily whatevers.
It wasn't daily; it's just weekend.
Yeah. What I would like to do is, unfortunately, in the week I killed a pigeon.
Yeah, you did.
And it's not funny, and I was very upset about it, and I'd like to dedicate this podcast to that pigeon and that pigeon's family, because I really didn't no, it's not funny. I didn't see it. It came out of nowhere. Okay, so I'm still
Exploded.
It did. It did. I didn't know they exploded.
They classically, pigeons explode.
Do they?
Classically, to classical music.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, it looked like it was carrying a couple of pillowcases full of feathers as well, because there was far too many feathers for one bird. Oh, don't tell me I've killed someone.
Someone?
Yeah, don't tell me I've killed other birds as well at the same time. Oh dear. But anyway, no, I'd like to dedicate the whole podcast to the memory of said pigeon.
So this one's not dedicated to Susan, but is instead dedicated to a pigeon.
No, I mean, we might mention Sue, but we had
I don't know if we will mention Sue.
No, maybe we won't mention Sue this week.
Sue's been mentioned too many times.
Yes. And also,
Susan,
as far as the podcast itself is concerned, we're talking about sort of board games, aren't we, in that sort of area. We've talked about video games, but this is back to like proper.
Let's be honest, I don't think we've ever restricted ourselves to just one thing. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. But we thought, as it's board games, we have been playing a particular board game recently, which is Taskmaster.
Based off the TV show Taskmaster.
Yeah, clever. And very funny. I thoroughly recommend it to people. But one of the tasks in it is a secret task, and that's given to every...
Can you whisper that, please?
It's a secret task. You know I don't like whispering.
No.
We'll get onto that in Fears and Phobias. And what you do is you each person who's playing gets a secret task that they don't tell anybody about, and they have to perform that task throughout the game. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the game, I don't know why you're going, you know, right? But at the end of the game, okay. At the end of the game, if other people have guessed what you've been doing throughout that game, while the rest of it's been going on, then they get points. If they don't guess, you get the points. Well, we just thought we'd have for a bit of a laugh today. We've both picked out randomly a secret task, and we've got to look at each other throughout this and try and work it out. And at the very end of the podcast, we'll see if we've got each other's, yeah?
We've picked verbal tasks, correct?
No.
Oh. That's going to be difficult for a podcast, Dad. Wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just go with it. I'll see if I can integrate it. Integrate it?
Intrigate?
Yeah, integrate it.
Yeah, sure,
That
that's
was
a
my
word.
task. I had to say things wrong. I've been doing it for the whole of these podcasts.
The whole of your life.
Yeah, the whole of my life. Anyway, yeah, just thought I'd put a
Listening
little
to
bit of
him say
extra
falcon.
into it. So, board games, Connor.
Board games.
Favourite games?
Favourite games?
Least favourite games? Why? And away you go.
Well, I love board games.
Yes. Any particular ones?
I really... There's ones that I quite like because of family, kind of the way we've done them in the past as a family. Cluedo.
Right, yeah.
Love a bit of Cluedo.
Classic.
Never win it, but love a bit. Although I did win the last time we played it.
Yeah. Well, you lied then. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jeffries in the
What's
outside
going
toilet
on?
with
What's
the
going on?
Battenberg. I can't remember what their names are. Go on, anyway. That's Cluedo.
Anyway, so sorry, I got thrown off there by an email. It just popped up.
Yeah, I got that as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to look at that a little bit later.
We'll look at that a bit later. Anyway, I also really like Monopoly, classically, but I'm more of a fan nowadays of playing it on games consoles and stuff like that, like the Switch and the Wii and stuff like that. I like Game of Life.
Oh, see, that's not one I've particularly played, but go on, yeah.
Game of Life, like that. I like Taskmaster, the board game, based
Yeah.
on the TV show Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Would you like me to list all the board games?
No, I was talking about particular ones you like. I mean, some of those ones, like Monopoly, you've said about. Now, I don't know that I've ever really liked it. I think any game that has you deliberately taking someone else's money or bankrupting someone else or taking someone else's piece or anything is contentious, because depending on who you play with, it's not, you end up having fallouts and that. And Monopoly is a classic for that, and we both know two people that play Monopoly and fall out most times they play it. Yes, and and that's the only problem. It's things like that, and it's things like it's things like that, and stuff like Ludo or frustration. As
Ludo's
we
always
say.
thrown me off. I used to think Ludo was something completely different. Like Ludo might be Cluedo, but you can't see.
Right. Okay. No, it's definitely a different
So
thing
Ludo
altogether.
without the C.
Oh, I see.
Get it?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Dear, oh dear. But no, so those sort of games start to get a little bit irritating, because basically you start upsetting it. And I can remember playing Ludo quite recently, and people aren't able to look at each other because they're taking each other's pieces, and that's the whole point of the game.
I play Ludo very much poker face. I'll just stare at the screen because we play on the Switch again, because we're like that nowadays. Anyway, I sit there and I look at it and I just click a button. I just get on with it. I take people when the opportunity arises. There's other people that we play with that purposely play it to avoid taking each other unless they're taking their brother. I'm pointing out Becky avoiding taking you and Mum and then only taking my pieces.
Oh, right, okay.
Until you take her piece and then she does it aggressively.
Oh dear, this isn't like something you bear a grudge about.
Was this not a mediation?
But that is, and a lot of the games are like that. Monopoly, I mean, you take people's stuff, you bankrupt them, people get fed up and walk away halfway through the
Or
game.
they sell you all their stuff.
Or
Becky
they sell
again.
you all their stuff. Yeah, that's right. And I mean, let's face it, everybody gets a bit funny. Risk as a game. Now, we've only recently started playing Risk, or we played it once or twice. Once there, thank you.
It's okay. Beauty of fingers on a podcast.
Yeah,
No one else knows apart from you.
Yes,
that I know
I
my
do.
finger.
And you were getting agitated in that game, weren't you?
No,
Because you were getting agitated in that game because
I don't remember
you
getting
were
agitated.
using strategy. You had a strategy to take over the world, which is the point of the game. My strategy was to
Oh no, yeah, I remember
not
now.
follow the rules and go pachoo at you across from my men.
I've got no problems with the pachoo. It's when you tried to go, all right, I'll just do this bit. No, you can't, because they're not next to each other. You can only do bits next to each other. And you'd also play it very, I don't want to say poorly, but poorly.
Oh my
in
God.
the fact that you would use all your troops to try and take one tile, and you just leave one troop there on like every single space, which means that either me or Mum could just come along and just take it.
It's not what you expect, is it? And as I've pointed out before, what's the name of the game?
Risk.
Exactly. And I take
risks.
risks.
Say you pointed it out before, but you didn't point it out before.
I have. Way back when we first said it, I said it's not called, well, I can't even remember what I said at the time, but it's certainly, if you're going to take a risk, take a risk. And I take a risk by putting all of my soldiers in one particular country or move them across, thereby leaving myself open to attack. And it works.
Yeah, you do leave yourself open to attack.
And what happens is that I get knocked out early on and don't have to sit there for the rest of the day.
No, but we ended up playing that for 2 days.
Not consecutively for the whole, continuously for the whole. No,
yeah, we played it of an evening, then we went to bed, and then we woke up the next morning and played it again.
I mean, that's the thing now, and we've talked about this, about people's attention span.
I won, by the way.
Yeah, it's a bit. Of course you did. People's attention span and people's sort of willingness to do anything. And you talk about Monopoly. Now, in order to play Monopoly on a board, you get the money out, you count the money out, you give those out, everybody chooses a piece, blah, blah, blah. You go through the whole thing, you have your cards and everything. We play Monopoly now on is it the Wii we play it on?
We got it on Switch as well.
On the Switch, right.
But we
play it electronically. Now, it's exactly the same, except we don't have to do all that. It's all done for us. Now, I can't deny I prefer playing it like that, but it is lazy, isn't it?
What it does is it reduces the need for a banker, which means that one person isn't being pressured to be the banker throughout the entire game. It also stops said person cheating as the banker and just taking money out of the bank, going, well, I'm paying myself wages or something like that. So it does reduce that risk. But yeah, it does feel lazy, but at the same time, it just saves so much time. Like, you can get a game of Monopoly lasts a long time, and you can get it to last half the time if you just play it digitally without a banker.
Oh, right, okay.
Wow, you're saying it like you didn't expect me to say that.
No, I didn't expect you to say that.
What did you expect me to say?
That might be my secret task.
What did you expect me to say?
I can't remember what I expected you to say.
Oh, so clearly you didn't remember because you said anything. What's going on? What are we doing?
I don't know. I think we're going to get thrown off.
Did you forget we're doing a podcast for a moment?
Yes, I did forget we were in a podcast. I sort of let my mind wander on something else.
Well.
So them sort of games, I must admit, there's some absolute trash out there as well.
Wow. Trash, American term.
Well, rubbish then, sorry. But it seems like there's every now and again a classic will come up, like Buckaroo or Hungry Hippos. But for every one that's sort of have got that sort of calibre to them, there's also other ones that, I mean, there's been ones called sort of Escape from the Titanic, I mean, that, or the sinking of the Titanic, I think it was called, not Escape from the Titanic, the sinking of the Titanic, and you had to, escape the sinking ship and all the rest of it, right? Feely Mealy. Now, this is one that, this was from quite a long way back, 1967 I've got as this was done. Now, Feely Mealy, now it does sound funny, but I'm not absolutely sure that you could do it now. What you had is you had a box, and I presume only 4 people could play this, and something was put in the box, and on each side of the box there was a hole, and you put your hand in it and you had to feel what was in the middle of this and guess what it was.
Like mealworms.
Mealworms? Is that?
Or a carrot.
Oh,
or
you're talking about the object. I thought that was a game.
It's called Feely Mealy, isn't it? I thought maybe mealworms.
No,
broccoli,
I think it's
broccoli, lettuce.
But that sort of opens up to. I mean, the actual box has got a picture of a frog on it, so I'm not interested in that
kind of thing.
But it just a capital punishment was another one I looked at, and it was basically what you got to do is you get all your criminals in life imprisonment, death row, or the electric chair.
That's
a nice cheerful one, Trump the game. Its tagline, it's not whether you win or lose, but whether you win. I
That's
kid
a good
you,
tagline.
I kid you not. So you can imagine what that's going to
I
be.
bought a game called the Brexit Game, and
Oh,
it's still
right.
downstairs. We've never played it, and you play as one of the 5 countries that make up the UK. So you either play as England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, or Cornwall, and yeah, and the idea is to who has the best Brexit. It's all
right.
like that. I've never played it, so
No,
but
we haven't.
there's a little bus in it.
Little bus.
Little bus.
Lovely. Big Funeral.
Ah, my
That's
favourite.
That's a game as well. Big Funeral. You have to
Gonna
plan
have
a
that for the
funeral.
pigeon.
Learning about manners. Picnic basket game. And you go round.
That one
this-
feels like it's aimed at kids.
Yeah, but I don't get the picnic.
Wasn't that one
basket.
bought for you at Christmas?
It was never bought for you. That's for sure, was it?
Whoa!
Whoa! Yeah.
Shots fired! Boo, boo, boo.
Bigfoot. You'd
Ka-chunk,
like that
ka-chunk.
one. Tying back to one of us. Bigfoot. 1977. That was. And I think that was on the back of certain different bits and pieces. But Chug-a-Lug,
Chug-a-lug.
which is a drinking game. But these are
Course.
ball games as well. And these are from quite
Whoa.
some time ago.
You went quiet there all of a sudden.
Did I? Sorry.
Yeah, it's like you almost moved your head away from the mic.
Oh, I do that a little bit, don't I?
Yeah.
Perhaps it's my secret task.
Maybe.
Don't Wake Daddy.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. Don't Wake Dad, it's called. The new
More
version.
Madness.
Is that to do with Darth Maul?
No, it's to do with like shopping malls. So it's
Right.
obviously. Oh, well, this has got to be one of the classics. What Shall I Be? The exciting game of career girls. So basically, you had to decide what you were going to be when you grew up, and you went through it. And believe me, I think the choices are something that wouldn't be acceptable these days.
Can I make an observation?
What's your observation?
Observation. You've been Googling, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah, you've been searching up because you didn't preempt this. You didn't say, "Oh, I'm going to talk about this." You said, "Just went on with it," and I'm glad you did.
What
Listening
about
to all these,
Mr. Bacon's Big Adventure?
Mr. Bacon? Is that to do with a pig?
You what?
Is that to do with a pig?
It's to do with something like that. Well, it looks like it's based around the Three Little Pigs, but it ends up with a rasher of bacon in a frying pan. So you sail across the sausage sea and past the Wiener wasteland. I'm not making this up. To get safely to the great frying pan. Yeah,
Sounds lovely.
I think we'll get that actually.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I like that.
Did you know? Have you ever played Cranium?
I feel like I have, but I can't remember what the game
I think it's kind of a cross between. I think you have Play-Doh in it, and
Yeah, we used to
Draw
have
on
it,
that,
I
yeah.
think.
that was the top game the year you were born.
Wow.
Just
fun
remind
fact,
me what year you were born.
1998.
Yeah, that was close. Yep, yeah. So Cranium. In 1968, the year I was born, don't break the ice. Use your plastic mallet to knock a block of ice without making the little figure fall through. So mine sounds a lot better, doesn't it?
I feel like I've played that one as well.
Yeah, you might have, but no,
Might
these-
have.
What might have? You're going to correct my grammar, are you? Is that what your actual thing is for this particular one?
No, I'm just correcting your grammar.
But no, so the ones that we particularly like playing, so Cluedo, Monopoly, Telestrations is a good one.
Telestration.
We've played that
That's
quite
really
a
good.
lot recently. And that's a good one because it kind of can involve anybody of any sort of ability. You have to draw a picture, and the other person has to, based on what you've got on a card, and the other person has to guess what it is.
We've played it with children as
It's
well,
like-
haven't we?
It's like, and I think I can still
Sounds
say
weird,
this,
doesn't it?
Chinese Whispers, but it's with drawing, and it is very funny, can get hilarious. I think there's an adult version as well, isn't there? But you don't really need an adult version because some of the normal ones we've done have been fairly near the
Yeah,
mark.
somehow gynecologist cropped up in one of them, didn't there?
Yeah, that was you, wasn't it?
No, I didn't write gynecologist. I drew a
I can't spell
gynecologist.
gynecologist, that's why. I can't say gynecologist.
How do you spell gynecologist? Go on.
Eh?
Spell gynecologist.
No, I'm not going to do it.
No,
I'm not
do
going to
it.
help you out.
Do it.
No, I'm not going to do it.
No, spell gynecologist. You can't do
Compli-
it, can you?
Huh?
You can't do it, can you?
No. Right, anyway. So, what about Kaplunk? Have you played Kaplunk?
Yeah, I think so.
See, that's a quality game. That is a
Do you
quality game.
remember, not Rumble in the Jungle, but the other one with the monkeys and you pull the sticks out the tree?
Yeah, that was very much like that as well. That was a Kaplunk, really. It was a knockoff Kaplunk, I think.
Is it the same kind of thing?
Yeah.
Was Kaplunk with the one with the marbles then?
Yeah.
So they had marbles in
Yeah,
it?
so basically put marbles top. It's a bit like it's almost like a Jenga sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's with sticks and marbles.
Jenga, that's another game. There you go. You can have
Yeah,
that one
Jenga.
for free.
Butthead.
Butthead,
Do you remember playing Butthead?
Yeah.
Now, remind me, we all had to have these funny little hats on, didn't we? That had Velcro on them. Is that
And
right?
you throw balls at each other's heads.
Yeah. But what was the point of the game apart from throwing balls at each other's heads?
Each bit has different points on it. It's just like throwing darts,
Right.
but at someone's head. But
Yeah, you
it's
don't
frowned
ever
upon
wanna
to throw
blow darts at people's
someone's
heads,
yeah.
All right, okay.
Especially after last time.
Now, I watched, right, now I thought, what would be a good idea? I had looked at Google and sort
Have
of...
you? I didn't suspect
Yeah, I know,
that.
it's I do that quite often, but I thought it'd be interesting to see when our year we were born, what was the game at that particular time, and it just opened it up a little bit. But I thought I really should. I usually watch a couple of documentaries on a particular subject matter we're looking
I'm surprised.
into.
Sorry, just to go off. I'm surprised they didn't make a game like. When was the moon landing again?
When did we land on
So
the moon?
when did they fake the moon landing?
Wash your mouth out. They did not fake the moon landing.
I'm just saying. What if they did? Anyway,
Right.
What year was that? Why didn't they make a game out of that?
They probably did.
Maybe a game where you have to film.
Don't
someone
you
on the
start?
set.
No, don't you start. You don't believe that. I don't believe you believe that.
Well,
Really?
well.
Well,
Let's
what?
carry on. What
no,
were you saying?
No. We're going to
carry on
have
with
this
what you're
out
saying.
now. I can't have you
Well,
talking about
you can see the astronauts cover up the crosshairs and the camera.
I think, honestly,
Carry on.
I'm
Carry on.
really.
What were you
I
saying?
know. I don't know. I want to carry on now. It's devastating. I thought you believed in. I thought you knew that they were real. I didn't think class you as
But
one of these kids.
the flag was waving, wasn't it?
Well, it would do a little bit. It can move. It just doesn't move with a breeze because there's no breeze. I suggest you go back and look. I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned. Anyway,
Anyway.
I'm going to get Rob on you. Right. I've watched lots of documentaries about these particular subjects. I watch a lot of documentaries anyway, but these particular subjects, because it just gives me sometimes a little bit of a nudge into how. So I thought, oh no, I'll look at there's got to be documentaries about ball games, right? So I'd put one on, and all right, I was in the bath, right, and I had it propped up, and I was looking at it and watch it. I have never, in all my life, watched such a boring, pointless documentary. It was just hideous. It was so. I mean, they were talking about the making, and even what they were talking about, they could have made interesting.
You described a boring documentary, and I've forgotten what you were talking about.
Ball games.
All right.
So it was about the making of. They were talking about where particular ball games are made, what printing and everything else. And I know it doesn't sound particularly exciting, but they could have. There was points in it that I felt like just submerging myself and ending it then. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. So I gleaned nothing from that. So
Gleaned?
I've just gleaned.
Gleaned.
No, I've got nothing from that. I've got nothing from that documentary.
Gleaned.
Gleaned.
Define.
Gathered.
Right.
Got. Whatever.
Carry on.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I'll just suggest no one go out there, no one go and search anything like that. You best leave it to just looking at particular ones. Nothing off YouTube, nothing like that looks like it's been made by amateurs anyway. But it was just mind-bendingly boring. Bit like this, what I'm talking about now.
Yeah, I've not been paying attention. I've
No,
been
you've
trying to
not been-
look to see if you're doing any secret tasks.
To be honest,
If I'm honest, I've not spoken much this podcast for two reasons. One, you've done research, and I haven't.
Well, I haven't really done research. I'm just listing off ball
after
games I like.
After last week, we've both just put in loads less effort this week, and it's just come to the fact that
That's a bit harsh.
that you've researched stuff today.
Yeah. Well, there's a bit of a bombshell.
And then also
landing.
I'm just trying to pay attention
Attention to what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay.
Just to see if there's anything.
I did notice, right, that there's the game Jumanji.
Yes,
You can actually get the game Jumanji.
I said about buying that the other day, but apparently it's terrible.
What is the point of that?
But you're saying the only point of the actual game Jumanji was the fact that animals came out.
Yeah.
Well,
If it's not going to do that,
I have a point and put my hand up.
right?
They started playing the game, but they didn't know animals were going to come out. So
They found the game.
It's still got a point to it.
Well,
They're just playing a game.
no. Because anybody buying Jumanji, the game Jumanji, I'd like to see the sales figures for that. Anybody buying
The
it,
video game looks good.
buy it on the basis that all those things would happen.
Well, no, because
Are you telling me?
no, stop talking.
telling
'cause
me
I'm
that was
talking now.
fake?
I'm talking
No,
now.
no,
I'm
no, no,
talking
we're
now.
not having that.
No, shush.
No, don't you shush me.
So, in Jumanji, they
Yeah.
play the game, but they don't. They have the game, but they don't know animals going to come out. So clearly, marketing has worked for them, bearing in mind that they didn't know animals going to come out. So what's to say that someone else who didn't know Jumanji the film existed wouldn't buy the game Jumanji to play the game Jumanji? I know the game Jumanji would be marketed on the fact that the film exists, but what's to say that people won't buy the game because they just think Jumanji might be a good game?
But they didn't buy the game, did they? They found it.
Yes, they found it, but someone bought it.
No one bought it. No one knows. No one knows.
You know
where
what?
it came from.
It's probably bought from like a market somewhere in like
No, it went way
Asia.
back, didn't it? It went way back.
in
But
the Antarctic.
No, I just thought, well, I'd like to see the sales figures. They probably had quite a lot of people buy it first, and then that was it.
You know,
When
there's
they
a
found out there
website.
was no
There's a website you can get a replica of the board game.
right.
That sounds more interesting than buying the actual board game.
What's the point of that?
The replica would be like a prop.
Oh, right, okay, but no animals.
No, I feel like you're focusing on the animals thing.
Well, yeah, because that was the whole point of it, wasn't it?
Do you remember the film, the video game? No animals come out of the video game, but they go into the video game.
What video game?
In Jumanji, the more recent films.
Oh, I don't know about them.
You do know about them. You've watched them.
I know I've watched them, but
Well,
I
you've
don't
watched one
really
of them.
remember. I don't really remember much about them.
What are we talking about?
Jumanji, the game.
Yeah, but why have we drifted off so much?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm really quite disturbed by the moon landing thing that you talked
right.
about a little while ago. And after this podcast, we're going to have to speak about it.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll do that then. Another thing, though, just slightly tied into it, and just what I thought I'd mention, because I haven't really spoken to anybody about it. I watched another documentary.
You love your documentaries.
I do love
don't
me
you?
documentaries. But it was about, and don't read anything into this particularly, it was about addiction and...
I'm reading in.
Right, and it was about like sort of the centres people go to talk to other people about their addictions and like recovery and all the rest of it. And it does link in with the ball games bit, because there was one particular scene where they were talking to these people, and they say they bring them in, and they were recovering alcoholics, right? Quite serious problems with alcohol, and they had ball games there, and they said we played ball games. Now, they had ball games that they were doing, but one of the ball games that was sitting in the background was Operation. And it strikes me, and I'm not taking the mickey, but when someone is giving up drink, they'll get the DTs, wouldn't they? They get the shakes.
Right, I see where this is going.
Yeah.
I see where this is going.
So that game of whether that game had been put up a bit further away because no one could be bothered with it anymore, because you wouldn't get anywhere with it, would you? You'd do bzz, 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 every time. Your turn. Bzz, bzz.
They gave up that and started playing Buckaroo, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, no, that was even worse, Buckaroo. But, yeah, no, that was bizarre. Really bizarre. But, it was supposed to be helping them through. So ball games have got a place
In
for
society.
society
Is this a
and
really
therapy.
deep thing now? Board games are needed within society because they bring families together and they make families angry, but they also make families happy.
No,
and I think we
let's
need
be fair.
board games.
They can
I
be
think we need-
therapy.
I think we need board games as therapeutic things and ways of enjoying life and also the meaning of life.
And during lockdown, how many times did we play a
At least 5.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's been a year.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see it really does
We
make a
would have been
difference.
struggling if we hadn't played board games that 5 times.
We would have. But that's good. Excellent.
And
Now,
a
word
from
our
sponsors.
Is it is it in la ciel, la mer de Tamias don un sac de sacs un Tamias le parfum pour lui et pour elle casse au fromage du père et du fils.
Gene? Gene?
Yeah?
That advert's on again, you know, about the bag full of chipmunks and the cheese hat.
Oh, that's nice.
Game time.
So, onwards to game time. We haven't really had a game time for a little while. Last week we had a musical.
yes.
The week before we had video games, and we did have a game in that one. I might be lying, we did have a game, but we put together video games. But we both said our own video games that we kind of came up with, and this week I feel like, and it's not been said to me, but I feel like you might have taken an idea for a board game and developed it. Am I right in thinking that? Because you've come in here with loads of cardboard.
Oh yes, Connor. Oh yes, I've killed two. Oh no, I shouldn't say killed 2 birds with one stone.
Fed 2 birds.
I'm sorry. I've
Fed
actually,
2 birds with 1 scone.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Because I've sorted out our recycling and also produced an all new board game called Father and Son, the board game. Right,
Can I see it? Can you hold it up for me so I can see the board?
Okay.
I'll describe it.
Okay, you describe it. See if you
Throw
can
it.
actually...
Throw it
I
without
won't
hitting the
throw it.
mic. No. Alright, so it says Father and Son Days. Actually, that's pretty good writing of that font you've done there.
Oh yeah, I'm no amateur, you know.
Do you want me to... I won't read out everything on
Took
it.
me about 20 minutes to do that.
Wow. Now, it's in the shape of a worm, and there's a microphone, and you've done pretty good drawing on this, actually, to be fair. And it goes round, and there's
I
lots
can
of...
draw.
Wow. We should do a podcast about it. We should do a podcast about drawing next. Ooh. I don't know why we did that. Anyway, and there's lots of different squares. Some of them seem to have names of episodes on, so I'm excited to see what happens with this game. Shall I throw it?
Well, don't throw it. Just pass it over.
You're so far away.
So I've got to try and do this while I'm still on the microphone. So the idea is it's like a dice game, but
We have no dice.
no, I've got it. I've got a random dice thing. I've had to.
There's an app for that.
Yeah, I know. I've got one. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll start that off, and each time you get cards, and you get cards. There's yay cards, and
Have you got
there's
sound effects? As in, like, I'm not putting the sound effects in. You can make your own.
all right, go boo cards, right? So depending on one you land on, excuse me, while a little burp comes up, is a yellow or green. I'm going to turn the light on because I can't really see this. There
I'll
you go.
shut the
Did you hear
blinds.
that click? Oh, and you heard the blinds as well. It's all very interactive. So what we'll do is I'm going to generate this dice, right? You're going to tell me it's going to be a number between... Well, no, it's not going to be a number between. It's going to be 1 to 4, right? So you're going to roll a dice. You're going to have 1, 2, 3 or 4. That will determine how far you go around this. And then if you land on 1, you'll get a card and it will tell you what's happening from them. So I'm going to give you the cards, right? Okay, so here they come.
Stretchy thing again.
So they're your boo cards. Boo.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Okay. So you keep them with the
Very fancy.
and these are your yay cards.
Maybe we should have prepared this before the podcast.
Maybe because we're running out of time.
It's already 5 minutes.
So if you generate the number, it might be better for you to do it.
So hang on. So I've got to just say a number.
Well, yeah, but you're going to roll the dice, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4, right?
So am I making up a number?
No, you're doing it through the generating app that we've both got.
Oh, right.
What'd you get?
3.
3. Hang on then. 1, 2, 3. You're all right. Roll again.
2.
2. Oh, you've rolled it, and you're now on yay, right?
This
So-
was yay, wasn't it?
Yay. So pick a card from the top there.
But your second ones you gave me were yay, weren't they?
The ones that have got yellow numbers on them are yay,
Yep.
right?
Got it.
Okay, so what number?
1.
Number 1. You are being very interesting and informative. Go forward 2 spaces.
Ooh.
Right, you're going forward. Oh, Connor, you've hit a boo card.
no.
So pick up your boo card. What does your boo card say?
12.
12. A talent agency has noticed you and wants you to pay you lots of cash to do an advert, but it turns out to be a public health warning about STDs. Move back 1 space.
Oh, my own worst enemy!
Oh, nightmare. Right, roll again.
Oh, 1.
Oh, you're back on boo.
God. Hang on, how many spaces did I move backwards?
You went back 1 space and then you went 1 forward. That was stupid, wasn't it? Right, okay, so you got another one. What
1.
number?
1.
Right, number 1. What's this one then?
Is this a one-player game?
No, it's 2-player, but obviously I've got to explain the rules to you. It's in development, you know. This is very much a prototype. You forgot to put away your laundry and subsequently you have no sock to put over your mic. Go back 2 spaces.
True story, you actually put a sock over the mic.
Yeah. Right, so you've gone back. Oh, Connor,
Yes.
you're on a yay.
Oh, yay.
What number you got?
3.
You're not getting very far. Number 3 on the yay. You won second prize in a beauty pageant. Collect 50. Oh, I don't know how that one got in there. Right. Okay. No. Roll again then.
4.
Oh, hang on. So where were we? We were on 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Roll again. You're getting round the board now.
3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Good one. Roll again.
2.
2. It's a yay.
Yay. 11.
11. A talent agency has noticed you and wants to pay you lots of cash to do an advert for a popular product. Move 1 place forward.
Yay.
Roll again.
1.
1. Boo.
Oh, no. 4.
4.
It's interesting to have a card just with a number on it.
You inadvertently used the word in a conversation and now have to bleep it in edit. Lose a turn.
I've actually got to bleep that now.
Oh dear, Connor. Oh, nightmare for you. Okay, well you lose a turn, but obviously it's just you playing at the moment. So
remind
roll
me to
again.
actually bleep that. 2.
2. Right, you're heading towards the completion of your. I didn't tell you what this actual game was, wasn't it? It's about getting through a podcast and getting to the end for transmission. I should have said that at the beginning, really, but never mind. Right, so 2, go on.
1.
Boo.
8. Oh, just dropped it.
8. A female admirer, stroke fan, has sent you a saucy gift through the post, and you decided to wear them, and now the lace is chafing, and you can't sit still. Lose a turn and change your underwear. You've lost another one. Right, you've done that now. Let's roll again.
2.
2. Go on, keep going.
3.
3. Oh, go on, keep going.
1.
Oh, boo.
11.
11. You have left a gap for a specific sound to be added in edit, but it isn't in your sound library, so you have to use something else which doesn't work. Go back 2 spaces.
We do that too often. It's like the hot air balloon.
2. Oh, you've got a yay. Yay.
Yay. 8.
8 for the yay. A fan has written to you asking for a signed cameo. Congratulations, you're famous. Go forward 1 space. Right, roll again.
1. Oh.
Oh, you plum. Right, okay. Boo.
3.
3. You didn't prepare for the podcast and have limited knowledge of the subject matter.
That's
Go back
every
2
week.
spaces.
Every single week.
Yay.
Yay. 10.
10. You managed to use the word flaps a number of times in the podcast without your co-host noticing. Move forward 1 place.
Oh.
That's a funny word, flaps, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, anyway, 1 more. Go on, roll again.
3.
Oh, boo.
9.
9. You take far too long thinking of a word and then find that you've used it in the wrong context. Go back 2 spaces.
Isn't that one aimed at you?
Oh, yay.
Yay. 2.
2. Your co-podcast asks you a tricky question, but you distract everyone with a witty retort. Go forward 1 space. Roll again.
2.
2. Well, yay.
Yay. 12.
12. A cat has got into the studio and could potentially cause chaos. You calm him and complete podcast without issue. Move forward 1 space. Roll again.
1.
Oh. Boo.
6.
6. You were in charge of bringing snacks into the podcast but couldn't be bothered. Go back 3 places.
I've got M&M's there. Offered you one at the beginning.
Boo.
10.
10.
Almost out of cards.
You've broken wind in an enclosed space and the paramedics are busy and you won't reach you in time. Lose a turn and apologise to your opponent. You haven't got an opponent today, but, you know.
Sorry, Dad.
Okay. Where you go again?
1.
Hang on, what did I say? Lose a turn, yeah, 1. Okay, yay!
Oh, yeah, that means I'll pick up a card, doesn't it? 4.
4. You've spotted someone from the window wearing a t-shirt bearing your catchphrase. Go forward 2 spaces.
What's my catchphrase?
Stick around.
Stick around if you want to hear more. Oh, it's all utter nonsense.
It's nonsense. Roll again.
2.
2. Yay!
It's good because I'm running out of booze. 9.
You have managed to go through an entire podcast without using the words absolutely or crazy. Replace
Crazy?
your counter
Oh, no.
with your opponents. Well, if that was it, if
I had an opponent, is that what you're trying to say?
yeah,
Yeah.
not quite sure that's a plus though. Whoever wrote these rules, he's really got to look at them properly before they start talking about them on a podcast. Okay, so where are you now? Right, roll again.
4.
4. Oh, blimey. 1, 2, 3. No, you're all right. Roll again.
2.
2. Oh, boo.
7.
While checking for correspondence, you notice an African prince has emailed you with a money-making opportunity. You immediately send him £3,254. Go back 3 spaces and slap yourself.
Ow.
Right, roll again.
2.
2. Yay!
Yay. 5.
During the podcast, you've managed to use several accents without causing offence or coming across as racist. Move forward 1 space.
Hang on. What does that put me on to?
That's you're on a... No, you're on a... You're all right, I think. If I'm looking at it properly, yeah. Roll
I thought I
again.
went backwards 3. Oh, that's
3 spaces and then 1. No, you're all right.
I've got 4. I know you're whispering to me. How many have you got?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I've got 2 of each.
Right, okay. So you roll again.
But let's pretend that we didn't say that.
Okay.
3.
3. Yay!
Yay. 7.
7. While checking for correspondence, you notice an African prince has emailed you with a money-making opportunity. You delete the email, avoiding any scams. Move forward 2 spaces.
Yay.
Boo.
Oh, no. 5.
5. You've gone an entire episode without mentioning Sue. Go back 1 space.
Oh.
Sue. Right. Okay. Go back 1 space. Go roll again. You nearly
yes.
there anyway. I think.
4.
4. Boo.
Oh, no. 2.
2. You forgot to go to the toilet before starting the podcast and now need a
Oh,
break.
not
Go back 1
again.
space. Yay.
4.
4.
As in, and then 6. Sorry. I rolled
6?
Oh, sorry. I thought it was rolling the dice. 6 is the number.
Yeah. You have successfully convinced 2
professionals.
additional people to listen to the podcast. Congratulations. Move forward 2 spaces.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Roll again.
4.
4. Yay!
Yay!
You finished the game. You've completed the podcast.
There genuinely was a board, but I'm not sure we were following it.
Oh, yay. That's great. I love that.
That was good, actually. I enjoyed that. Although your boos are falling over.
Me what?
Your
It's
boos.
my age.
Your boos.
Your man
Your
boos.
boos are saying, can you take these?
Hang on.
Boo. Oh no, they've gone everywhere.
They've gone everywhere. And I knocked into the microphone. Oh, what was the point of that? Okay, so what do you reckon? Do you reckon we're going to get a buyer for that? I think that's a proper top game.
Here's a top game. Maybe we should start selling it on our website, which we'll talk about more at the end.
Okay.
But we have a website.
Okay.
Carry on.
No, so there you go. What do you think?
I give it a whole 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. It could be improved then.
Well, all the cards have been dropped on the floor.
Oh no,
So they could be in a pile.
Yeah, I know.
Elsewhere.
Well, you know,
you know what? I reckon with some work, with some money put into it, and with more cardboard boxes, this could be
yeah.
amazing game. I do think having it written on the cards rather than a number would be nice.
Well, I
But
run out of time.
Imagine the fact that you only
And I
prepared
can't
it
be
this
bothered.
afternoon.
Yeah. To be
bear in
honest,
mind,
if you
yeah.
think 20 minutes that took me, right,
Wow.
to actually develop the game. So if I actually put some thought into
That's
it.
about as long as it takes us to prepare for an entire podcast. You spent the entire preparation for a podcast.
Oh, we've got to get so much better than this.
Let's
We're getting
not
lazy
lie.
with this.
We are getting a bit lazy, but we do actually put a lot of prep in normally.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I did today. And then I just seem to keep...
After last week, part of me was just like, I'll think about it tomorrow. And then by the time it's recording day, you know.
Well, I wish I'd never even said at the beginning about sort of dedicating this to the pigeons, because I feel like I've let them down again. Not only have I killed him, I've let him down.
Yeah.
I'm quite sort of, yeah. I don't want to end on a sour note and a sad note, but, you know.
Well,
And you know something else?
what?
I had a sting for this game.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Did you forget to?
I forgot to tell you.
All right. Should we put it in now?
Yeah, okay, then put it in now.
Hit it.
It's a podcast now game, a treat for the family. As long as your family totals 2. Can you navigate the ball? Can you reach the end? That's all you really have to do. Father and Sundays, the board game. Coming soon.
What a fabulous sting.
I know. It doesn't really make much sense, though, being at the end of it.
Well, at least it's there.
You can't drop it in just before it, or it's just not going to make sense.
It's not going to make sense now, this conversation, is it?
Oh, that's true, yeah. So I might as well leave
now
it is.
we've now stuck it, and
God,
we're stuck having it at the
terrible.
end.
We're so bad at this. Right, anyway, okay. So that's that game, but there was another game going on.
Another ongoing
And I'm
game.
going to put my glasses on, which really I should have put on at the very beginning so I could actually see what you were doing throughout this.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah?
Your one
Yes.
I had an idea what it was. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I forgot to write it down, and I've forgotten what it was. But do you remember what it was?
Yes.
So yours was more visual then.
Well.
Oh, okay. What was now your one? I feel like people listening might have an idea on what it might be.
Oh, damn.
Should we ask them? What do you think it is?
11 of diamonds.
11 diamonds. Was your one just to say words wrong?
No, Connor, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
No, see, this is a pattern forming here, because last time we played this and everybody guessed what I was doing, everybody playing the game, the other 3 people playing the game, all said the same thing, which was, oh, your secret task was to complain about the scoring and moan about the game throughout. And that wasn't my task. That wasn't my secret task, which was a bit upsetting, to be quite honest with you. My secret task on that occasion was to repeat the last word of a certain person's sentences more than 5 times, which I did. This time, then, you think it's like I get words wrong.
Well, if it's not that, give me a clue as to what it might be, and I'll see if I can.
It was an action, a sense. Well, I was going to say a sensual action, and that was something completely different.
Not
an act of the senses.
An act of the senses?
Yeah.
What? An act of the senses?
Yeah.
Did you make a smell?
No, but you're in the right area. No, that don't sound right either, does it?
Did you have to snort?
No.
Did you have to sniff?
Yes. Every time I picked something up, I had to sniff it.
Oh, I didn't notice. So you've just been the entire game going...
Yeah, I went...
Did you try to do it into the mic as well?
I did a couple of times. I don't know if it picked it up or not, but I every time I picked something... That's why I was moving and I probably came off the mic a little bit. Okay, so you didn't get mine.
No, I actually... Yeah, go ahead.
Did you do yours?
Yeah.
You did point at me quite a lot. No, and I really hope...
I point at you quite a lot anyway, just in podcast.
I really hope this was your... You had to say about the moon landings being fake.
Now, I just accidentally hit my mic. Now, what it was is I picked out a couple of tasks before we started, didn't I? Now, I picked out a couple that made 3 actually that made me laugh. I thought it would be a good opportunity to throw you off if I try and complete one of them, or I could just complete bonus tasks. Like if I had a secret task, I almost set myself a secret task. I have multiple secret tasks.
What?
I know. The moon landing one was on. The moon landing was on a card saying.
I'm going to cough. Sorry, that wasn't a task.
Just to narrate, he just coughed and he sniffed it. So yeah, one of the cards I picked up was pretend that get into a conversation that the moon landing was a hoax. So just to clarify, that hurt for me to say, but I do believe the moon landing was real. But I did that for 2 reasons. 1, to throw you off, and 2, I wanted to see if I could squeeze in another secret task. So you're kind of half right. It was a secret task. Now, I also did another secret task to throw you off as well, but I've still got one major secret task that you haven't guessed. So, do you know what the other ones were? I know that got a bit confusing, didn't it?
It did. Was one of them to not look
I'm
very...
to cough as well.
Was that to not look interested in anything I was saying?
No, that was just me being me.
Okay. Have your hair cut?
No, but you've got lovely hair.
So have you. It looks really nice. We've both had our haircuts today. Lovely.
It's nice of you to notice, listeners.
Yeah, no one said anything. No, I don't know then.
Right, so my fake one that I've decided to throw you off with was the one I actually got the first time we played Taskmaster as a family, was to say vegetables. So a bit earlier on in the game I said broccoli, asparagus, lettuce, carrot and stuff like that. You know when we're talking about putting the things in the box, and I said mealworms, and I said carrot, and then I said broccoli, lettuce, and then I said asparagus. But that wasn't the real one. The real one...
Spooned.
The real one, I'm going to read it to you. This one actually made me laugh, and that's why I really went for this one. At some point during the game, lose your temper at yourself and say the phrase, "I'm my own worst enemy," while slapping yourself repeatedly on the forehead.
Did you do that?
I did. You know, the first time that I landed on a boo and it came up, I went, "I'm my own worst enemy."
Oh, no. Oh,
Shall
still...
I insert it here? Oh, I don't know if I can be bothered to do that.
The reason that I've got to be honest, right? The reason that I didn't pick up on any of the other stuff was I was so incensed with you talking about the moon landings, and so...
It worked then.
I didn't think that was a task. I can't even remember in what context you started talking about it, but it annoyed me so badly, and I thought it was such an unlike you thing to say, and I was seriously going to say to you after all this, what on earth are you talking about, you know?
Yeah, no, I do
And it
believe
only
in the moon
dawned on me
landings.
when we were starting to... Oh, God, I'm simple, and never mind.
I was
Well done.
hoping that might have thrown you off and also thrown off some... But if I'm honest...
You were rubbish at the game, though.
Thanks. We stopped recording, didn't we? So we could move on to the next section.
Yeah.
And during that, when we stopped recording, you really went to me... Do you actually believe the moon landings are real?
I know.
You were getting a bit frustrated with me.
I was really annoyed with it.
And I was just having to go... Oh, sorry, a little bird there again. I was having to go, well. I didn't want to say, no, of course I don't believe that. Because then that would just give away the secret task, but I also didn't want to say.
Unbelievable.
So I'm sorry. For everyone listening, the moon landings are real. There's no real question about that. But let's hope I don't actually pick up that secret task when we play Taskmaster with like
That's
Becky and
seriously
stuff,
upset
because
me,
otherwise
that
that's going to give it away, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to upset you. I'm sorry.
You did. On this day of all days.
This day of all days.
Yeah.
I mean, you killed the pigeon
Saturday.
earlier on the week. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we release this on a Sunday, so let's pretend it's a Sunday. Sunday.
Okay. All right. Sunday. This day of all days. Sunday. Yes. Okay. Well done.
Well, does that wrap it up then?
That does wrap it up. If you got to go through all your old nonsense about...
It's all nonsense.
Yeah, cool.
Wow,
blimey.
that was the narrator from the last episode, wasn't it? Speaking
It
then.
was. Yeah. Oh, the last episode. Oh, my God.
How excited.
The highs, the lows.
The lows.
They got cancelled after
Even
one
lower.
performance. They shut the theatre. They've burnt the theatre down.
We heard from Andrew Lloyd Webber, and he told us to never do a musical ever
Yeah,
again.
he's suing us
Yeah.
because it was so awful. But
Oh,
there you
so
go.
you got to mention again.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Right, no, so where you go then?
Well, just firstly, thank you so much for listening. Have you got anything you want to say just before I move on to all this nonsense?
I'll probably remember after we finish, but...
All right, okay. Well, thanks so much for listening to this week again. If you haven't done already, he's sniffing the mic. If you haven't done already, remember we have got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Remember to like or follow us on those. Like us on Facebook. That's quite handy as well. We've also now got a website, which is pretty cool. So we've got our episodes available on there. We've got a section that we do a little blog type thing. So we're going to try and keep that
Blob?
updated. Blob type thing. Keep that updated. At the moment, there's 2 blog posts on there, but I believe Dad is going to be writing a recipe to something on there, and there might even be a 3rd one on there by the time this podcast goes out. Anyway. But anyway, so that's on there as well. There's also a contact us page, so you can send us messages, let us know anything that you want to let us know.
What, you're
send us
telling me
ideas
people
and
can
stuff
actually contact us
People-
directly?
Well, they've been doing that all along, wink wink, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
But people actually genuinely can contact us through the website. There's a contact form, and if you do want to use that, that'd be great. The website, because I've realised I've not said it yet, is fatherandsundays.com. Okay, fatherandsundays.com. So just type that into your search bar or Google, whatever. And yeah, so just remember to subscribe to us on all the number of podcast platforms that are available. I feel like I'm talking for longer than I do normally because I'm talking a bit slower. Do you feel like that?
Wasn't really listening. What's important is that none of this costs you anything. It's all free.
Yeah, it's all free.
Yeah.
Yep. You're not going to just randomly name podcasts again like Deezer, Acast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast.
And I would like to say, when I said to you the other week about you don't know you've been born when you've got all these things like the Spotify's and that, and you went, Spotify's? Like I didn't know it was called Spotify. What I meant was Spotify and all the other sort of things. So the inverted commas.
Is this you just remembering something that you wanted to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Something upset me again. Like, lots of things upset me.
This has been the longest outro ever.
Yeah, I know. We're getting in trouble over that. Anyway.
Is there anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to say?
No.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yes, I have enjoyed it, actually.
I've quite enjoyed getting back to the normalness of this podcast. So thank you so much for listening. Again, all of you fantastic listeners. Wow, that sounded weird. Thank you so
cheesy.
much.
You're talking about anything else.
I hope you listen again. We'll see you again next week.
What does that sound, that card? Be a twonk for the entire podcast.
Thanks so much for listening, and we'll listen. You'll be here next time.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.